Shalom. Shalom, giving all praises, all glory, all honors unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000, the rest of the hopeful elect out there. This is your brother, the priest, Desire Warren from GMS Atlanta, back with another edifying video. And I'll try to make this quick. This here is an article that I have up from ABC News. And it says 2 dead and at least 58 sick from growing Legionnaire'S disease cluster in New York City. All right, so 2 dead and at least 58 sick from growing Legionnaire'S disease cluster in New York City. So, what we have here is an outbreak of another pestilence, another illness, which we've spoken on this before, Legionnaire'S disease, and it's spread in cases across America over the last few years. Different brothers spoke on it. I've spoken on it, and once again, the scriptures prophesy about pestilence or illnesses that would spread around the world, around Babylon the Great as a plague. Then you got the actual plague. But all this is prophecy. All of this is according to the word of the Lord. These things were going to take place. So you have a number of different illnesses, that are spreading, diseases and so forth. Measles cases were in different cities and states across America last summer. You had the different variants of the C19, the VID, the CVID, and others. And we've been prophesying that these things were going to increase. A lot of diseases and sicknesses are going to cause for a health scare. More health scares are going to take place, and these things are going to be a part of the plagues that will overtake this spiritual Egypt as it did before, because the Lord said that he would smite Egypt with plagues as before. So let's see. It says this is up from last week when 1 person had died and 22 people were sick. So this is from August 5th, 2025. So this is what, today's date? Yep. Today's date, Tuesday, August 5th. Okay, it says 2 people have died and at least 58 people have been diagnosed with Legionnaire'S disease in a cluster that broke out in the Harlem area of New York City last week, officials said on Monday. And we know that Harlem, I know years back, or I would say historically, Harlem is known for, so-called blacks, Jake, tribe of Judah, Israelites. But it's also has been gentrified in the last couple of years. So, of course, they're not giving out any identities right now, but people are known for being in Harlem. It says the New York City Health Department had reported on Thursday that 1 person had died and 22 people were sick in the cluster. So now you have 1 more. It says people living or working in the area with flu-like symptoms such as cough, fever, chills, muscle aches, or difficulty breathing should contact a healthcare provider immediately. The department said, I've noticed for, all these different illnesses that break out, no matter what they are. I believe even Ebola, when that was an outbreak some years back, it said that there were flu-like symptoms, So that's just interesting to me. Anyway, it says the department said in a statement on Monday, and it is important, especially important for people at higher risk, including those ages 50 and older, cigarette smokers, and people with chronic lung disease or compromised immune systems to get care if they have symptoms. So, sounds like the same thing with the C-19 years ago. You know. Okay, it says Legionnaire's disease is a type of pneumonia, which I believe pneumonia is a respiratory disease. The C-Rona virus is also a respiratory disease. You have flus, you have the common cold. They all affect the lungs and breathing, and they come. I believe they can spread through the air. That's why they tell you to wear a mask or bodily fluids. But this is in no way, shape, or form any medical advice or medical. This is not any type of medical information, expert information at all. I'm just speaking candidly. So it says here, Legionnaire's disease is a type of pneumonia that is caused by the bacteria Legionella, which grows in warm water, health officials said. And people can get Legionnaire's disease by breathing in water vapor that contains Legionella bacteria. Okay, so, that's the point there. All right, let me get a scripture here. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 7 and 15. It says, the sword is without, and pestilence and the famine within. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the pestilence spread. As a matter of fact, let me look up the word for pestilence in the Hebrew, because you got to know some words in the Hebrew to fully understand this truth. So the word here for pestilence, let's see here, H1698, Dabar here, which says pestilence, plague, murrain, cattle disease, cattle plague. So, yeah, like I mentioned, pestilence, plague, okay, illness, sickness, okay. I'm not trying to get all these. Let's see here. Okay. It says here, destruction, death. All right, hence a plague. This is in the Descendants lexicon. So this here, right, this pestilence that it's speaking about, this is pretty much about death coming via a spreading plague, a spreading illness, right? And Ezekiel the 7th is one of my favorite chapters. It goes into pretty much the breakdown of society. Okay, and what we're seeing here, we just read, death and destruction. That's what we're reading about here in ABC News. Okay. So you got 2 people dead, 58 sick from the Legionnaire's disease in New York City. All right, in specifically Harlem, which once again, like I said, there are a lot of Israelites in Harlem. Matter of fact, this truth came out of Harlem in one West 125th Street in New York, and it spread to different schools and states and cities, not just here in America but around the world. Hey, I'm not surprised, because the truth came out of Harlem. So now that the Lord is putting these plagues and pestilences in Harlem, it makes sense for other places in America to be hit with different illnesses and plagues, even this one, Legionnaire'S, measles, and so forth, because the prophets have been warning and speaking about these things to come, and these things are now taking place. So I'm in the lesson here. I just wanted to go into these things and these news reports, things in the scriptures, that there's a spread of a pestilence and sickness in New York. And this prophecies you can see here, Ezekiel the 7th chapter.